Wi-Fi transit in a metro minute to visit hotspots of online coffee pots. What an interesting read. Oh, hello there. Seems like a wonderful crowd is assembled over here. And I can make out from the crowd's faces that they are really interested to hear a story. So, let me tell you one. This over here is a passport, and this is a tablet. One is used for fulfilling your vacation desires and reaching the so-called trendy paradise. And the other one, you ask, has become the air that every single teenager, like me, seated over here, breathes. It wouldn't be that strange to say that both of these characters are related to each other. However, these two specimens over here share a very interesting and unique relationship. And today, we shall dive into their story. Now, is it just me, or does the search engine on our tablet feel like it's becoming an airport? No, seriously, just consider it for a few seconds. Isn't it that airport where we, with our accounts, just like our real life passports, visit various links and destinations? Extending that metaphor, our app screen and the Play Store suddenly transform into a mall where different apps are packaged as trendy commodities and the best buys. In that line, doesn't social media too become that marketplace where everyone is busy selling their own reels and stories? Schools also exist, except in this online world, the faces of students replaced by lifeless icons. Physical textbooks replaced by PDFs. And passing physical notes, you ask? Replaced by illegal chats outside of the learning app. This country has also developed its own language, using words like IDK, IDC, BRB, and THNX. And here's the real kicker. I too am a part of it. In fact, my friends use certain online code words to communicate, ensuring that I, a big nerd for that matter of fact, cannot understand a single one of them. And so now I pose a very interesting question to the crowd. Is there anyone in the crowd who has never used a short form before while chatting online? If so, please do raise your hands. Okay, I see one hand going up there. Seems like a very unique person, but the majority speaks louder. And now that I have familiarized you with this very whole metaphor of a digital country, let me come to the main point of my talk. And I'll do that by asking you another question. When was the first time you were given a device? Well, personally, I was handed over, or should I say allowed to use, a device when I was in grade 3. That very first day when you began your journey as a tourist, a person who entered this digital world for the very first time. It really brings back a lot of memories. I still remember how my life was in grade 3, how I would just dabble in and out of the casual, no internet games and other curious software. However, what I believe is that all of us practically, somewhere along the way, stopped becoming just tourists, people who would just dabble in and out of this digital world. But rather, we became permanent residents, permanent users of this digital world. Just ponder, when you were first handed over the device, did you really think this was going to be the last time you were going to use it? Just enter as a tourist and then silently leave this world? Well, most probably, absolutely no. You would have wanted to stay, because of the beautiful and catchy designs that decorated the screen. Now, if I were to say this or sum this up in Shakespearean terms, then in the past it was more like to be or not to be. That is the question. Now it's more like to open, oh great, or not open the phone. That is the question. I can already see that many of you in the crowd have the urge of opening your phone or are already doing so. Sure, continue on. You have something really important to do. Whether you open the phone or not, what you must understand now is that you have become a permanent resident. There's absolutely no going back from this digital country. So you might rightfully ask me, what's the solution to this whole problem? And I say it is to be mindful of the places we visit. Just like some places can teach us something new, other places can endanger us. The same analogy also applies to this digital world. This is a wonderful country, that is for sure. But theoretically, we are its founders, and therefore, we should have the power to control it. All those times when you switch your Wi-Fi network, it's a lot like changing metro lines in this digital nation. One small slip up, yes, just one small slip up, is all it takes to drastically alter your destination. The word embrace might be your most powerful tool to face this new country. After all, this has literally become the 196th country of the entire world. We cannot escape, that's for sure, but we can control where we go. No, those are not famous lines from a movie. They are the reality. So yes, the next time when you open your phone, remember your voice is shaping a nation. And here's the real secret. You were always part of this nation. In fact, this nation existed even before you were born. To see it, all you had to do was just, and here I would just love to come back to the theme of the 10th edition of TEDxOB. To see it, all you had to do was just look through another lens. Thank you.